Applications for 2022 opened in November last year. According to NSFAS, they have received over 600,000 applications for students wanting to further their studies. Out of 600,000, more than 500,000 are first-time students. These are first-time applicants, people applying for NSFAS for the first time. Now the question in everyone's mind, or in most of these students, is when will NSFAS respond to my application? And number two, what does this mean? If NSFAS has responded, then what does it mean? My status, what does it mean? So these are the two questions I'm going to answer in this video. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe.
Jungle.
Hello guys, I am Mr. Muzi Fox and my channel is all about closing the gap in the Internet of Things. So NSFAS, or the National Student Financial Aid Scheme, they receive funds from the government to provide financial support to disadvantaged South African students who wish to further their studies at public universities or TVET colleges. There is a short period of about 3 to 4 months every year during which students can apply for funding for the following year, and then they must wait to hear whether their applications were successful or not. And this brings us to the next question, which is, when will NSFAS respond? Now, NSFAS will respond when you have proved to them that you meet the requirements. You have to prove to them that you meet the requirements. And there are 3 conditions that will qualify you, or let's just say 4 conditions that will qualify you to get NSFAS funding. The first condition is that you must be a South African citizen. This is why they ask you for your ID copy to upload it on their system. Also, they will check obviously with the Department of Home Affairs, etc. But the first thing is that you must be a South African citizen. If you're not a South African citizen, then unfortunately you cannot apply for NSFAS. The second condition is that you must be a disadvantaged individual. You must be disadvantaged. This means that you must be financially disadvantaged. You must be financially disadvantaged, meaning that either you are a SASSA recipient, then you automatically qualify for NSFAS, or your household, your combined household income does not exceed 350,000 rands. So if they combine all of your household income and it does not exceed 350,000 annually, then you will qualify for NSFAS. Also, you must have a disability. If you have a disability and if your income does not exceed 600,000 rands annually, then you will automatically qualify for NSFAS. So for disability, the household income is 600,000 annually, and for people with no disabilities, it mustn't exceed 350,000 rands. Also, you have vulnerable child status with the Department of Social Development. In this case, you will qualify for NSFAS. The third condition is that you must meet academic requirements and you must have been offered a place to study at a public university or a TVET college. Now, how will you prove these conditions? Obviously, you have to prove them in 2 ways. Number one, you have to provide your documents to prove that indeed you qualify. And also, NSFAS will do third-party checks. So if you give them your ID, NSFAS will go to the Department of Home Affairs and they will verify your ID if it's legit. So those are the ways in which you can prove all these 3 conditions. If you're proving your financial status, of course, your parent or your guardian must give, maybe if they're working, provide a payslip. If they're not working, then they can do an affidavit proving that indeed they don't earn that much to exceed the 350,000 if you're not disabled, and the 600,000 if you are disabled. Now coming to the most important question, which is, what does my status mean? Now in NSFAS application process, there are 9 steps of evaluating your application. 9 steps of evaluating your application. So of course, you're going to open your browser, go to the student portal, my NSFAS, then put in your email and password, sign in, then you click on track application progress. The moment you do that, it will show all the steps. It will show all the steps, and it will tell you whether, and it will inform you on which step you are. So there are 9 steps. The first step is application submitted. This is easy because it means what it literally says. Your application has been loaded onto the NSFAS system. By this, you will receive an SMS showing that your application has been confirmed, and you'll get a reference number. Second step, filtering. This is where the system checks if you are a returning student or whether you have any previous qualifications. The third step is validation. Validation, this is where NSFAS is conducting third-party checks about your identity and personal status. And they do this by checking with SASSA or the Department of Home Affairs or Social Development. As I said previously, that if you give them your ID, they're still going to check if your ID is valid with the Home Affairs. Step number 4, which is evaluation. Evaluation simply means that NSFAS is verifying all the documents that you submitted during your application. That is evaluation, right? Then number 5, funding eligibility. Funding eligibility is means that NSFAS is verifying your household status that you declared in your application. So if you lied that my mother is working, or my father is working, or that my father is not working, or my mother is not working, NSFAS will be able to check with SARS, with the credit bureaus, with SASSA, that indeed this is your household financial status. So if it does not exceed, or if it exceeds 350,000, but then you said that it does not exceed, then NSFAS will be able to check. The number 6 is awaiting academic results. Awaiting academic results simply means that NSFAS is checking your academic results and your institution's admission status, whether you have received provisional acceptance letter to the university or the college you applied for. At the end of this step, you will receive an SMS or an email confirming that you have been funded, providing that you register with a public institution. Then number 7 is the step awaiting registration data from institution. This is where NSFAS needs proof that indeed you have been registered. So the institution that you're registered with will send the details and the data and the proof that indeed you are registered with them. Then number 8 is signing the agreement form, which is the NBA, the NSFAS bursary agreement. Then also you'll receive an SMS to say, sign your agreement. Then the last step is payments. This is where you get your allowances and you are being paid either directly on your account or through the mobile wallet system or through your institution. So this is the end of the video. If there's any questions that you have about NSFAS, you can leave them on the comment below. Please don't forget to subscribe to this video, like this video, and most importantly, share this video with other people so they can benefit and they can understand what is happening with this NSFAS problems. So see you on the next video.
Jungle.